Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of Horror Hands, and for this video I'm going to be talking about Slaxx, the horror movie about a killer pair of jeans. So a very novel concept, and by that token this is probably the best killer trousers movie you'll ever see, quite simply because I don't know of any others, but is that anything to go by? Or we'll see. So Slaxx takes place in this quite flashy department store, and it's run by this giant company on the eve of a sale, and they're trying to give out like a real positive, wholesome, do-goody message. But unfortunately this giant company is not great when it comes to child labour laws, and over in India this child, she dies in one of the hydraulic machines whilst picking cotton for these jeans, and in turn her spirit kind of possesses the trousers, the pants, and it goes around murdering the employees of the department store, a lot of which are quite unscrupulous, so they kind of have it coming. And like I say, it's a great concept. I was quite intrigued by the idea of a killer pair of trousers, and it's got its fun moments. It's got some cool death scenes, as you can imagine. They're quite different because I don't think I've ever seen any trouser related deaths in horror movies, so a lot of that was quite cool. I thought they could have made it a lot more fun than what it was. I thought this one should have been more comedic. It actually gets quite serious the more the film goes on, and it sort of rather clumsily juggles around the concepts of like company greed and commercialism and things like that, but it doesn't quite work all that well because it's it flirts the line between comedy and then serious horror, but I think just kind of blurs the lines a bit and doesn't really work in the long run ultimately. The other thing about it is, out of the characters, apart from the lead girl in it, they're all really annoying, and I thought that was a big missed opportunity. I thought they could have thrown in some really good kind of varied, colourful characters in this, but they're all kind of very one-dimensional and predictable, which is a little bit disappointing. So I did enjoy this film for what it was. Like I say, it's very different, and I give them credit for coming up with a sort of an original concept and pulling off some quite original death scenes. Some of them were pretty gory as well, so that was good. I think it might have worked better as a short, maybe like part of an anthology, rather than spanning it out to a whole film, because ultimately it just kind of fell flat in a number of areas. Like I say, mainly the characters and just the tone of the film. So it's from Shudder, who I absolutely love. I think Shudder put out some of the best modern horror films that I've seen. This is not one of them. It's an interesting idea and they get a few things right, but ultimately I think it could have been a lot better. I would kind of like to recommend it if you want a bit of fun over this kind of silly concept, but again the problem is it does get quite serious as the movie goes on, and the ending as well was very unsatisfying and pretty dark, which again doesn't quite mar up with what looks like quite a silly concept. I don't know, it's a weird one. So it was an okay movie. I'm glad I watched it. I love the idea of killer pants, killer trousers, so that was interesting to see. But I wouldn't rush to see this one if I was you guys. But if you've seen this one, let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed it or not, and if you agree with the review. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.